Hi everyone! Let's go back to 1994. The best Disney movie, The Lion King, had just come out. The greatest kids TV show, The Magic School Bus, had just graced our TVs. And Magic Eye pictures were everywhere. I swear, they were in every kids magazine, every book that you would buy from the Scholastic Book Fair. But if you don't know them, if that trend passed you by, basically it's this repeating pattern where if you focus just right, a 3D image kind of floats out in front of you. But if you're not looking for the image, it's just a wild, wacky pattern, which for some reason, a whole bunch of companies decided to put onto jigsaw puzzles. So I have 4 of them here. Let's see how hard they really are as puzzles. And as always, stay tuned to the end because I have done a lot of research. You know that I love my historical context and my research. Okay. So in this video, I'm gonna try to do all 4 of the ones that I have, but I'm gonna start with this one because it's the most colorful. Oh my gosh, wait. It's just a whole bunch of little squares. Wait. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we're not there yet. Let me tell you about the puzzle first.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So this puzzle is from the Illusions series from Seiko. You can see here, this was released in 1993. So this is only a 550 piece puzzle. You can see that the pieces are pretty big and we do have pretty unique shapes going on. So, you know, I think even if the pattern is pretty complicated, I should be able to solve it by shape. And some of these patterns are kind of different from each other, but for this one at least, we have these very distinct stripes. So I really think I'll be able to sort of by color or by pattern, and then be able to do it one stripe at a time. It's just a little overwhelming when you look at all of them still mixed together. But I think if we take a methodical approach, it should be doable. Those are the things that do well on social media. A calm, methodical approach. I mean, when I was doing the research, I did find a couple Reddit posts, and they all said it was like the hardest puzzle they had ever done in their life, so we'll see. I'm optimistic. I think this one will be okay, but I've definitely said that before, and then that hasn't been the case, so let's get started and just see how it goes. Okay, let me stop for a sec and show you guys what I've been doing, because it's definitely slow going, but it's not no going. Do you like that? I thought of that while I was puzzling. So we're about 50 minutes in. The first thing I did was just separate the edge pieces, and I think doing that sorting and finishing the edge took about 20 minutes. So then I went back through all of the pieces and I pulled any piece that had a black square with a white outline because I looked at the box and I realized those black squares are only in the top, I don't know, third of the puzzle. So I figured if I could pull all of those, maybe I could do all of these stripes all the way across. So I do have a nice little corner going. We don't have another Maze of Despair situation where I just wasn't putting in any pieces at all. But I am definitely like using my full brain power on this. Like, these pieces are so busy and so similar to each other that you have to look for the tiniest little details. Oh, also, I got these in place because I realized these three were the only tall black rectangles. So those are the kinds of details that you need to be looking out for. But I think moving forward, instead of sitting here trying to get all of these in place up here, I feel like these rectangles are far enough away from each other that you do have some pieces in between that don't have the black rectangle on them. So next, I actually am gonna shape sort everything that's left because I do want to get them all laid out. And I think as I work through these little details and I have to find more of the in-between shapes, I think that's really gonna help. Actually, looking at it through the phone screen, I really am seeing some pretty distinct stripes. It's just hard when it's all broken up into these smaller pieces, which is literally the definition of a jigsaw puzzle. Okay, let's get back to work. Alright, so we're 3.5 hours in. That was a really long puzzle marathon that I just did, and I actually kept meaning to stop, but I've actually been liking this so much that I was just powering through. So here's what we're up to. What I've been working on is basically anything with these larger squares, and then I'm gonna work my way over to this side, which has much busier, kind of thinner rectangles. But basically, I've just been taking it like one piece at a time. You can't do a ton of sorting. I mean, I was pulling in any pieces with the larger squares, but then you really just have to look at the shape and the specific details of every single piece. So I feel like I was moving just fast enough that I never felt totally stuck. And so I didn't want to stop to give an update. I wanted to keep going, but also slow enough that, you know, I was sitting there for several hours and I'm obviously not even finished yet. But I do feel like I'm getting close enough to the end that it's gonna start going faster and faster. Oh man, the very last piece, and I'm done. So that was 5 hours, 3 minutes, and 9 seconds. It's so pretty though, look at this, and it's so solid. Easy, easy puzzle pickup. If that had all crumbled literally 2 seconds after I spent 5 hours working on it. Can you imagine? It is day 2. So I'm gonna be doing this puzzle next, but first I wanted to try to see if I could see the secret image. So we're looking for this kind of grid pattern. All right, the way that I used to do it as a kid is I would sort of cross my eyes, and then as I was uncrossing them, try to focus beyond the thing where the image is. So let's see if that works 30 years later. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm crossing my eyes. And oh no, I focused too fast. Okay, let me try it again. I think I almost got it though. Oh no. Okay, I can still cross my eyes, but I can't see the... Let me try it one more time. All right, well, this is not working. Maybe I should try it on the puzzle itself. Okay, well, my eyes are getting tired again from crossing and uncrossing them like 10 times in a row. Okay, I'm gonna give that another try later. I think I got close. Let's do an actual puzzle now. I'll try this again later. I mean, I don't even need foam board. I can just pick this up and put it on the floor. Oh, oh. So this is going to be the Ravensburger version of this concept. This puzzle is called Dolphins, and it came out in 1994. So I think this might be the first Ravensburger that I've done from the early 90s. So you can see they don't even have the blue cardboard yet. They're still on this light green cardboard. And also they have a 500-piece puzzle in the size box where you would normally see a 1,000-piece puzzle. And the pieces are pretty big, but it's not advertised as oversized pieces like you see today. But here's the thing, I don't think this one is gonna be all that hard. And here's the difference with this one. Instead of the whole thing just being the Magic Eye pattern, they illustrated this whole scene, which gives context to this secret image. And so this part, where the magic, like the secret image is gonna be, is only, what, 250 pieces of the puzzle? All right, so that was 37 minutes to get it to this point without even particularly like rushing through. So now we have all of these pieces to tackle, but like this much space is a lot less intimidating than what we were dealing with yesterday. So I think I'm gonna start by shape sorting, but then I really don't see this taking more than another hour, maybe? I don't think it's gonna be that bad. That was fun. All right, so that took an hour and 34 minutes, which is a lot better than the 5 hours that this one took. But when you only start the hard part halfway through, essentially, it goes exponentially faster. There was one point where I forgot to start the timer for like a minute, so it might be an hour 35, but you know, close enough. So while this one almost looks like the test bars in a TV screen, this one looks like static on a TV screen. I feel like I've never seen a Magic Eye picture like this. I feel like all the ones I've seen are more in this style. So, once again, let's give it a try. We're supposed to be able to see a dolphin, or a bunch of dolphins. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Maybe I have to do it on the puzzle itself. I am getting a little bit of glare though, so. Also, I can't hold this one up. It doesn't lock together as well, so I'm gonna have to look down on top of it. What am I doing? Okay, let's try this. Okay, no, I'm still not getting anything. Let me do another puzzle. Maybe tomorrow when my eyes are fresh again, I'll try it again. So the next one is another Ravensburger. And this one, once again, has the pattern over the entire thing. So I think this is gonna be really hard again. And like these roses aren't even really different sizes. I guess the ones in the middle are a little bit thinner than the ones on the edges, but oh, this is gonna be a lot. It's almost 10:30 in the morning right now. I really think this is gonna take me into the late afternoon. Oh, this is gonna be really hard. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait, she already removed the edges. Should I just, no, I wanna do this correctly and have my times compared to the others. So I'm gonna mix everything back together. Okay, we're 45 minutes in. I have the edge done and I have all the pieces laid out. I actually just went and took a break and had lunch and laid down on the couch for like half an hour trying to psych myself up to come back in here and actually finish this. Now, I have already made one mistake, which is that I should have put down a dark background. Since it's such a light colored puzzle, that would have helped me see the differences in the piece shapes a little more. But I already have everything laid out and I don't want to redo it, so we're just gonna keep going. But there is one thing that's gonna make this easier than I realized at first, so let me show you. So since all of the roses are facing the same way, I can go ahead and orient the pieces, you know, already going the correct way that they'll be in the finished puzzle. So with these castle shapes, like these pieces are all oriented one way, then we have these guys, then we have those guys, and then we have those guys. So normally all of those would be all mixed together. But now, when I'm looking for a piece like that, I can already eliminate, you know, 3/4 of the castle shapes. I mean, I don't know for sure it's going to be a castle, but I can look just at the bottom edge here or over here. I can look just at the bottom edges over here. So I did that with every single piece. I separated out all of the different orientations that each piece shape could go. So my prediction is going to be another 3 hours. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Wish me luck. It's time to get through a few more podcasts. Oh man, okay. That was 4 hours and 14 minutes, which I did almost as one straight shot, so that was kind of a lot. Okay, as I'm looking at this, I see it vibrating, so this one is supposed to be a heart. Let's see if I can get this one to work. Maybe if my eyes are tired, it'll be easier to not focus correctly. Let's see. What if I put it a little further away? No, oh my gosh, I'm still not seeing it. Let me try the puzzle. Okay, no, still no. Okay. I'm gonna keep working on it. All right, so this is the 4th Magic Eye puzzle that I have in my collection. But first, I want to talk about my main critique of these puzzles. So you guys know that I love a puzzle with a gimmick. That's one of the cornerstones of this entire channel. For example, I really like interesting piece cuts because that's so integral of the medium of a jigsaw puzzle. It really changes the experience of putting the puzzle together. And I also really like puzzles where new information is revealed after you solve the jigsaw puzzle. And so you would think that these puzzles would fall into that second category. And to be fair, some of the other puzzles that I found do sort of do that by hiding what the secret image is, inside the box. You have to go looking for it. It's not just right here on the front. But, I mean, regardless, you can still see the secret image just by looking at the box. You know, putting the jigsaw together doesn't add to or change the Magic Eye experience in any way. You just get a bigger version of it. And so that is why I have made the executive decision not to torture myself by solving this 4th puzzle. Looking at it, this one would be the hardest of them all because it's all the same color. It's a lot of just repeating textures, more so than the other ones that I did. I think this would easily be a 6-hour puzzle solve. I mean, if you guys really want me to solve it, feel free to let me know down in the comments, and maybe I'll try it another time. But for now, I feel like 3 puzzle solves is maybe enough for one video. So let's get into the research. Until I started making this video, I never thought about where Magic Eye images came from. But the concept actually started as black and white stereograms back in 1959. Various improvements and iterations were made over the years, but it wasn't until 1991 when computers got powerful enough that they could make them full color and encode more complicated images. If you want to learn more about it, you can read the auto stereogram Wikipedia article. I'm not going to explain it any further because, to be totally honest, I still don't really understand it. So Magic Eye is the branded name for auto stereograms, kind of like Kleenex for tissues. They released the first Magic Eye book back in 1993, and then throughout the 90s, they licensed the images seemingly everywhere. It blew my mind that they were only invented in 1991. As a kid growing up in the 90s, it seems like they were everywhere. So let's look at all of the Magic Eye Jigsaw puzzles. Honestly, it's probably not a complete list because there were just so many, but this is what I could find from my initial searches. So these Illusions puzzles are from Seiko. From 93 to 94, they released this line in 550 pieces, and then also in smaller 100-piece puzzles. And also in that same time period, they had the 3D Illusions line, again in 550 pieces and in 100-piece puzzles. And in both of these lines, some of them are just the pattern with nothing else, and some of them have other illustrated elements that relate to the secret image. So then, in 1995, Seiko released 2 more puzzles with their very 90s box design. One was still 550 pieces, but then the other was 1,000 pieces. But again, this one is part of a full scene, so the Magic Eye section is probably only about 400 pieces. So I actually think this 1,000-piece puzzle might be easier than the 500-piece one, which is just the pattern. So Ravensburger also released theirs in 1994. Going online, I could only find one other one in this series, which is a bunny rabbit. And actually, the 3 that they released are pretty different from each other. You have one dense pattern, one more sparse pattern, and then one that's an illustrated scene. And Springbok also released a handful of them, including a branded Star Trek one, and all of them are just the pattern, including another one that's 1,000 pieces. I mean, all of the rows in this one are different flags, so you can sort of separate by color, separate row by row, but even still, 1,000 pieces of just the pattern is gonna be really hard. So then I found 2 from FX Schmid, where they have illustrations around the border this time, and some miscellaneous ones from Puzzle Nathan, Schmidt Puzzles, Paul Lamond Games, and Cheatwell Games. And Puzzle Nathan actually has the same castle image as Seiko, only in 1,000 pieces rather than 100. And okay, can we also just go back to this clown puzzle? I feel like this is just especially horrifying. And then finally, one of the reasons why I made this video is to have an excuse to talk about the craziest puzzles in the world series from Milton Bradley. I think this series was only released in Europe, which is why I wasn't familiar with them and why they weren't showing up in some of my previous research. Because back when I made my video about the Experience the Edge puzzles from Great American Puzzle Factory, I got a bunch of comments from people saying that they had done the exact same cut, only from a Milton Bradley puzzle. So it seems like Milton Bradley basically licensed a few different puzzle concepts under their craziest puzzle series. So besides the Edge puzzles, they also had Magic Eye puzzles, which they called 3D Vision puzzles. They actually used the same image as the Springbok 1,000-piece puzzle that I was just talking about. And then they also had a rhino and a zebra. But interestingly, most of the other puzzles I've shown have had the Magic Eye logo on them, showing that the images were officially licensed from the Magic Eye company. But these puzzles and the Springbok ones are not branded with Magic Eye. The Springbok ones actually have a copyright for DigiRule Inc., which seems to be a Canadian company that made the same types of images. So then, also in the craziest puzzle series, they did the moving puzzle, which was released in the US by Great American Puzzle Factory. And the exact same thing with the Puzzle Within a Puzzle series, which has a complicated maze as the image. Okay, so then I went down a rabbit hole of finding the German versions of this series, which is called
Das Verrückteste der Welt.
And so I found duplicates of a lot of the ones I already went through, but then also duplicates of the world's most difficult jigsaw puzzle, the X puzzle, and the talking jigsaw puzzle. So I don't know, I just think that's really interesting, but we've gotten a little off track, so let's get back to the Magic Eye puzzles. So clearly there are a lot of options out there. If you want to try one, I definitely recommend the ones that are part of a scene. I think those would be more fun for most puzzlers out there. But I was actually really surprised by this one. I think the finished puzzle is really beautiful. Like, I just love these colors. I like this one a lot more than I thought I would. But really quick, I do just want to point out that the Seco and Ravensburger ones that I did had very unique piece shapes. So I never had false fits, which made doing a difficult image still doable and still fun. But I don't know if that's the case for all of these different brands. So if you've done any of the other ones, let us know your experience down in the comments. Okay, but before I go, I'm gonna try one more time to see the secret images. Both the Seco and the Ravensburger puzzles came with instruction books. The Ravensburger one, though, since I guess these were never released in the US, it has no English on it. So if you speak, German, French, Dutch, maybe? Or Italian? Then, you can read these instructions on screen, but I'm gonna look at the Seco instructions, which are in English. Okay, we're gonna discover deep vision. That's such a 90s thing. So right on the box, it says, revolutionary computer-generated art creates 3D illusions without special glasses. Complete the puzzle, learn the deep vision technique, and this three-dimensional image will appear. So method 1, allow your eyes to space out and gaze. I think they made a typo. Gaze thought the image. I think they mean gaze through the image. Okay, so again, this is basically just not focusing on it, trying to focus past it. And then method 2, position yourself so your nose touches it. They made another typo. Relax your eyes so they are not crossed. Back away from the puzzle and do this slowly. So again, you're just starting really close and then backing up without really focusing. And then method 3, place a piece of clear glass on top of the puzzle. Okay, well, I don't have a big piece of glass, so we're not gonna do method 3. Let's try method 2. So I'm gonna start really close. Oh my god, I feel like I'm so close to seeing it. But once I get here, my eyes just focus. I'm gonna get this. Okay, let me try. Oh my god, I see it. I see the heart. I see it. I guess there's no real way to prove to you guys that I could actually see it, but I did manage to get this one. Okay, I think this one is more complicated with all these lines, but I think I saw it. I think I got at least halfway there, so I'm gonna call that one good. Let's see about this one. This one I had no luck at all before. This one with the static, I'm just not seeing it. I almost saw it. Okay. Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh my god, I see it. I see it. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, it really does look 3D when you get it. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That one I think I really got for real. If you want to try them for yourself, on screen right now, I'm going to be putting nice photos of each box and each puzzle. So feel free to pause. Let me know if you managed to get this dolphin one out of all of this static, because I'm just not seeing it. Anyway, are these puzzles that you would try? Could you see any of the secret illusions on screen? Your code word for the comments will be illusion. And I think that's it for today. So I'll see you all in the next one.